cream colored ones all belong to the college. The ones on the back side belong to our past inspector. Now when you come up to your hives, y'all are standing in front of the hives now. You look to see what kind of activity you have. It is still cool in the morning. It's not quite 65 degrees. This hive has only had sun for a little while, so there's not much activity. I'm gonna have a lot of bees inside here. They're gonna be there. Now, when you're looking at it, I don't see any activity this time of day. That's okay. I look over here, I see some. What do I see? What are the bees bringing in? Do I see them bringing in any pollen? If I see pollen coming in, that's a good sign. If I don't see pollen coming in, I got to look hard, because that means I may not have a queen and I may not have eggs or brood. And that's what you want to look for. All right, we're going to open this one first. Come around now, okay. Now, if you would, when you're opening your hives, you want to be at the back side of them. They're going to still come and go, and you don't want to block their egress into their hives.
Now, can I interrupt for 1 minute?
Please.
Did you want us to just do the check once you determine where you want it done? Or did you want us to just go?
You just check whichever ones you wish. I don't have anything in particular.
Okay. All right.
If I could ask someone to, in the bag underneath, I have some, or just bring the bag out to me.
What is it I'm bringing? Bag of what?
Small hive beetle traps and my hive beetle oil. It's in my bag that's underneath the table.
Okay.
Okay. Now what I just asked her to bring back is something I'm going to put in here that's going to help. Now, these bees right here, come on up, look down in, and what do you see? If you can see down in and you see daylight, there's not enough bees on that. If you don't see daylight, that means you've got a lot of bees. I can see over here I have a lot more bees than I do over here.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Now, opening your hive, I put pressure, and because they propolize this, it may not move. If it does move, fantastic. Now, I got a little bit of movement. I don't want to take one of these outside frames out, simply because I'm not going to have as many bees on this outside frame. And you can see I don't. What do I have? It's all drawn out, it certainly is. I have 2 small hive beetles right here, 3. I'm going to get rid of them in just a minute.
How's that?
I have, thank you very much. I have capped honey up here, and below it you can see the shiny is all nectar. They're bringing nectar in now. On this side, I have small hive beetles. If you look, see them? The little black things. And usually you'll find them on the outer frames, simply because the bees will move them that way.
I do like 125.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay.
Now, it's, I'm trying to see the shiny. Is it the light?
Okay. I'm trying to get the small hive beetles out of here if I can. Okay. If you hold this up to the sunlight.
Oh, I see it now.
All right.
Yes.
The shiny is nectar, and when they reduce it down to 18% moisture, they cap it over and make it honey. The honey capping is non-permeable. Air can't get through it. Whereas a capping for brood is permeable, because the brood has to breathe. So the bees can make a different type of wax. I have some nectar on this one. I have nectar and honey on that. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm just going slowly across the hive. All right, I have a lot more nectar on this frame. And I see them, that's what they're doing. They're eating the nectar up the top. When you hit them with honey, with smoke, they're going to start eating honey, because they figure if we have to leave, we're going to be full when we go. So we can take some with us.
So they're dying.
So that's one of the things they'll do. When you smoke them, they'll also gorge themselves in case they do have to leave. Okay, keep going. Next one up. Okay, I have a lot of honey on here. And you can see they haven't built it out all the way. Why? That's the way they do it. It's what they want to build and how they build it. Now, as beekeepers, what we do, I'll take wax, melted wax, and I'll put all over these frames, and they'll build it out straight. They won't build it what we call wonky comb, and we'll see that in a few minutes, I can assure you. I don't think there's any brood on this. No, there's not. All they have on there is nectar. Now I'm getting toward the center of the hive, and I should. They start coming up on you. You smoke them back down, and they're going to fly around. If you smoke them too much, they'll come out, and they'll say we don't like that. Okay, I do have some brood on this frame. Okay, this is a better side even.
Now, the ones that are capped out and sticking out, are those
Okay, I was getting ready. That's where I'm headed right now. I'm looking for the queen is what I'm doing. And when you're looking for a queen, you go around your outer edges first. So if she climbs around and goes on the other side, you'll see where she went. If you don't see her, then you go ahead and you start looking elsewhere. Now, I do want to point out, there is a drone right there. That's a drone. See how much bigger he is?
Oh, yeah.
And his eyes are bigger as well. You can mistake that for a queen. Now, on this frame, I'm going to pass it around. Right here, you'll see capped brood. These are eggs that are getting ready to, are currently metamorphosing into a bee from a larva. You'll also see larvae. That's the little white pieces down in here. And on the very edges, you'll see some eggs. You're going to start right here. And the best way, let me make sure she's not on this side. I didn't see her, but I didn't look that close. You want to keep your frame over the hive until you're sure your queen's not on it. You don't want to drop your queen. Queen is valuable, okay? I'll pull another one while you're looking at that one. I have to ask you to move around this side of my hive. If you have any questions as I'm going, please stop me and ask. Because by the time I finish running my mouth, you might forget what you were going to ask. That happens because I run my mouth a lot.
wow, that's a lot, huh?
Okay, there's a lot of bees on here. Now this is a different comb. If you'll notice at the bottom, it's not attached. On the sides, it's not attached.
Really?
Now, it doesn't look like it. Now, if I turn this one up, like I did that other one, there's a good likelihood this frame would break from the weight. So,
What's in the middle of it? They're just creating their own?
oh yeah, they've drawn their own. This is where they drew their own out. Now I can do it that way, and I can look at the other side without a problem. And it's still there, and it's not going anywhere. It is attached on this side, but it's a heavy frame. It's packed with brood. You know, almost all capped brood. So I'm going to put that one back simply because it's as fragile as it is.
It was fragile
another.
because it wasn't attached on the side and it would fall out.
A lot of bees.
Yes, because of the weight.
Do you think, like, what do you
You're
point
not
to, the
careful with
drone?
it.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
If you flip it, like I did on a frame that has foundation in it, that comb can come out. And during the summer, when it's
like
warmer, it'll come out real quick.
You want us to
Would
video?
would you hold the phone? Hold the phone while I hold it? It's already recording. Yeah.
Somebody see the queen? Okay, while you're looking at these, you also look to make sure, do I have a queen cell? Is my queen laying properly?
So if you're
What kind of pattern does she have?
frames, it's like
Okay.
a quarter of a mile. Too cool. On the right.
Now, is that capped?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I'm going to shake these off so I can show you a little bit.
Awesome, thank you.
Now, if you look in this frame, you'll see the brood in the center. the further out you go, you'll find eggs. And this is capped brood on the outside. Now, the queen came in here previously and she filled this full thing up with brood. She starts in the center, she works her way around, and then when she's out here at the edge, by the time she's out here, these are starting to be capped. And they cap them in order. Now these over here will be the last ones that that emerge. Got some right here, they're getting ready to emerge right now, that are coming out. So she comes back to this frame and she starts laying. She starts laying in the center of the frame, and you can see the brood in the center. And then she goes around in concentric circles. And out here on the edge, near these, you may see some eggs. I'll let you have that one. Has this one been passed around? Yeah. Everybody had this one?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Is that bee bread all over here, this colored stuff?
I have to see what you're referring to because I'm...
All here?
Yes, well no, that's pollen. They'll store pollen and then they'll mix it with nectar to form bee bread.
Okay, so that's just...
There may be some bee bread on one of the frames. They may go ahead.
Lighter?
What's that?
Do you have your lighter on you or mine? Thank you. Oh, that's not a lighter. Thanks.
One of the things when you have a smoker, if it's not working, it is of no value to you. Okay, now, as a beekeeper, one of the things you want to see is a beautiful frame of brood. This is what we consider a beautiful frame of brood.
Wow.
Okay? She has a football pattern, and you saw that on this other one over here that she's relayed. Now, up here you will see some of this is discolored, is bee bread. They have made it ready to feed to the bees, or to the larvae and the eggs, and the queen if necessary. So they've got that. And on this side, you can see underneath all the bees, it's an excellent brood pattern. One of the things you look for on the brood pattern is how are the cells? Are they all flat? Are they capped? Are they indented? Is there a problem? You look at the capped cells to see. You look for American foul brood. You also look for any other types of chalk brood, whatever might be there. Now, because I have